What's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team, and welcome to What's Up Wednesday. Give it up. You're sitting with your guy, G, the number one Cowboy fan in Hampton. PR Cowboys is in the house, and we also have Fleabug that will be coming on here shortly, and hopefully we'll see our guy, Chip, Game Sports TV, and maybe some others might come on tonight. So there's a lot going on, Pete. So how you feeling today, brother?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Like again, I'm sorry I'm echoing a little bit. I'm in the new room, getting it all set up for future shows. So just testing it out tonight. But yeah, feeling good. And you know, it's it's hard to watch this season, but you know what? We're here. That's what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about it all and see what can fix it.
Man, it looks like you got some fresh paint on those walls behind you, brother, and look like you're getting some sound. Look like you cleared out some stuff. What's really going on back? You getting your man cave set up?
Yeah, it's all getting set up, man. I already put the flooring's done, the paint's done, got the projector screen up. So I gotta deck it out like your wall is. G, I still gotta put all my stuff up, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah, man. It's a process, man. Like I say, man, I just want to thank you, man, for taking out the time, man, to hang out with us, man, and being a part of this Cowboy Huddle podcast, man. Because like I say, man, we just passionate Cowboy fans that have a lot to say about our Cowboys. So here we are on What's Up Wednesday, and we want to say thank you to all the subscribers and all those that are a part of this channel. Because without you guys, we would not be where we are today. So give it up. Yeah, man. Woo, man. There's a lot has happened since the last time we talked, brother.
Yeah.
Man. So, I guess you can go ahead and fill us in on this. Let me pull it up. This sick and shut in, man. Let's get into this sick and shut in. Now we always say sick and shut in, which we're talking about the injury list. So let's get right on into this, man. And before you get started, let's bring our very own Fleabug into the house. Bring on in. Come on in, Fleabug. Give it up. What's up, Fleabug?
Nothing much. Hi, fellas. Hi, everyone.
Hey, Fleabug.
Well, here we are. We just about getting ready to get into this sick and shut in, and again, this is our injury list, which we call a sick and shut in. So, what you got, Pete? Fill us in. What you got?
Well, the big one, I guess we'll go. Dak finally decided going to have the season-ending surgery. Going to put him out the rest of the year. Edoga, you're just going to sit it out. And then we got Edoga, our tackle, coming back from injured reserve, practicing today. So that we got some help on the way. Bland's still questionable. We got Overshown had X-ray on his knee Monday, came back negative. So he'll be questionable this week as well. One of our best defensive players. Tyler Guyton still questionable as well. He missed last week. And with Houston, they got some players coming back as in Nico Collins, probably Will Anderson their main guys will be back. So yeah, man, that's what we got going on this week. And like you said, the big one for us is Dak Prescott IR out for the rest of the year with the surgery.
EA Tro is in the house. Give it up. What's up? Appreciate you coming through, my guy. Oh, are you kidding me?
Nope.
Which we kind of figured that was going to happen. Patrick Wright is in the house. Give it up for Patrick Wright. He said, "What's up, Cowboy Nation? Give it up."
He was looking second opinions, third opinions, and even with the just healing, it was going to be probably 6 to 8 weeks, or I think that's what the diagnosis was. Or so, no sense of this. Hey, get the surgery done and start the healing process.
So Are we aware that his contract really doesn't start until next year? He's only being paid for what he's due this year. So his 260 million or his 60 million doesn't hit till next year.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. And like I told you last week, G, we're almost in that Romo 2.0. Is we're just gonna see if we can make it through a season every year now, and that's where we're at. The injuries are gonna start coming. And that's where we sit at.
And that is so weird, man, because I felt so bad for Tony Romo. Remember when he got hurt? He hurt his back, and they brought Dak in. Dak did well, and then it was like, Tony Romo, you can't have your job
Yeah,
back. And
and
Tony just
we could
stepped
have
out.
it,
That's so bad, man.
and
That was a
we
bad
could
feeling.
have, yeah, we could have the same thing happen all over again. But we have to have a guy in place that can do that. We don't, you know. So,
What do you think, Fleabug?
Just what he said. I was fixing to say, you keep saying it's like when Tony Romo got hurt, but it's actually not, because who do we have that's going to come in for that? Because after Sunday, I don't see either one of them being somebody that's going to replace him. I mean, Rush has been on the team for how long, and he's not ever really. And then you have Trey Lance, who got in for 2 snaps, and then they took him right out, and then he got back in, and what did he do? So at this
Oh, wait a
point,
minute now. Now
it's not
stop
a
it.
repeat of Roma.
In
I'm
Mike
just stating
McCarthy's
facts.
defense, he said that he didn't think Trey Lance was ready for that situation on third down.
Okay. So is Dak ever ready for the third down situation? So I mean, you're not going to know unless you give him a chance. And I just at this point,
Ah,
I say put you in for the quarterback. Hell,
ready?
I
Here we
mean, I mean,
go.
I'm looking at it this way. Uh, Dak wasn't there last week to put the blame on for the interceptions. So you can see the holes in this offense that we have, minus Dak. Because when Cooper Rush came in a couple years ago for him, we were built solid. That's why we went for one with Cooper Rush. And now you can see the glaring holes that we have all over the place.
but I mean, but can we blame Cooper Rush because he's been okay? This is my thing.
No,
When you have a quarterback, whether they're a reserve quarterback or whatever, if they're not getting any playing time, what do you expect them to do when they come in? They're going to be still when
no,
they first come in. So, I mean, you got to get, he did wonderful when Dak got hurt the last time. I think he did
yeah,
really good. But
yeah.
at this point, because he's been sitting all this time and not playing, what do you expect? And that's the same thing for Trey Lance. What did they expect? He's been sitting on the sideline for, is this his third year, I think, playing?
Yeah, 3
Okay.
years.
So what? So I mean, you can't really blame Cooper Rush or Trey Lance. I don't feel like you can truly blame them. And at this
No, and
point, I
I'm
don't even
sorry.
think you can blame any of the players. I think all of this whole debacle is Jerry Jones' fault. Point blank, period.
Right there,
That's not even
right
question.
there,
That's not
right
even question.
there.
Is it the players? Is it the coaches? Is it hell? It's not any of them. It's Jerry Jones. And my thing is, okay, he
Fleabug,
left
Fleabug,
he left
Fleabug,
during the game,
Fleabug,
and he
Fleabug,
left in the third quarter.
Fleabug,
Okay, I
Fle-
mean, if you
Fleabug.
as the owner, the general manager is leaving,
Can you hear us, Fleabug?
I can, but right now I don't care. I'm sorry.
I mean, you going,
No,
she's going through all the topics. We ain't
I'm sorry. Okay,
you're
I'm
good.
sorry.
haven't
You're
even did
good.
the introduction, but whoo, give it up for Fleabug.
I'm sorry.
Yay!
Okay.
Also, we got somebody else in the green room. Let's see what he got on his mind. So, like I said, this is What's Up Wednesday. We bring guests on and let them voice their opinion about our Cowboys. So let's bring in our guy, Cowboy Nation. He's in the house. Give it up. Come on in, man. We can't hear you. What you got?
What up, guys? I talked to
What's
my
go-
neighbor. He's a Patriots fan, and we were talking about Bill Belichick coming to the Cowboys. And he said, "Are you serious?"
Well,
I was like,
anything's
"Oh, yeah."
possible.
I was like, "Who else do you want?" Dion's not coming. He wants to stay in Colorado. And Lincoln Riley's not coming because he wants to stay at USC. What up, guys? PR Cowboys. Let's go. How are ya?
All right, what's
Fleabug.
going on, man? So that's the
What's going
conversation
on,
you
bro?
that's the conversation you've been having, huh? You're already talking about a new coach, right?
Yeah, we are. We
Okay.
talk every day.
So what I'm gonna do, Cowboys Nation, we're gonna talk on that topic. Hold tight, because we're gonna go through all these topics. So I want you to
You
come
got it.
back on it in a few minutes here. I'm gonna let you
Let's
because we're gonna
go.
talk about that, okay?
Let's
Well,
go.
come back on in about another 10 minutes and we're gonna get right to that topic, my man.
All right, bro.
All right, okay.
Gotcha.
So yeah, see that's where we are right now, people. We
I
we are
might have to
there
mute
where
I might need to mute my microphone tonight because I don't know. I just okay. Let's go to the next topic.
all right, so Terry Bradshaw has some harsh words, man. I mean, with everything that went on with Parson, and they, people, I don't know, people have mixed emotions about what Michael Parsons said about Mike McCarthy. Michael Parsons said about Mike McCarthy, and we'll get into that real quick. But I'm sure everybody heard about what he had to say about, Mike McCarthy can leave and go anywhere he wants to, but at the same time, it's how paraphrasing, how he never have put in much work as players. That's who he wants to hoist the trophy up for. So Terry Bradshaw was on his show. What was it on? I think it's the Fox show. And basically, what um he had to say, he said, I think Mike McCarthy probably is going to get released at the end of the year. He said they had 3 years in a row where they had 12-5 seasons, but they haven't won a playoff game. The quarterback is out now. They spent $260 million on quarterback. Well, he says $360 million on a quarterback, wide receiver, and a defensive back, Trayvon Diggs. Wow. So he goes on down here further down. He says, my answer to Dallas' problem is they need more talent. So I would take Parson and I wouldn't sign him. He's in his 4th year and would be in his 5th year. Trade him and get an extra number 1 pick. So, PR, are we? So let me ask you. Let's start with them before we go into this trade situation, Fleabug and PR Cowboy. So, how did you take what Michael Parsons' comments were about? Fleabug, we'll start with you real quick. I'm sorry, Fleabug, we'll start with you real quick. How did you take those comments when he was asked that?
I felt like he didn't want to be bothered with the media, and he basically wanted them to leave him alone. So he said just whatever. Now, do I believe that he meant that what he said? I do. But I mean, for them to just be blowing it all out of proportion, like he's saying, everybody's saying that he needs to, like, it doesn't matter if he stays or goes. And basically that's what he's saying. And he was saying that he doesn't care if he leaves because these other players, the players that he brought up their names, have been here all this time and are wanting what the fans are wanting, a damn ring. And basically he's more concerned with what they're feeling than he is about Mike McCarthy. So he's not, to me, he didn't say anything that any of us wouldn't have said if they'd have stuck the microphone in our mouths. I'm not.
Firecracker. So,
I'm sorry.
PR Cowboy. I mean, we're all frustrated. We never thought we would see a 3-6 game again. It's 3-6, right? We just didn't expect this, but this is where we are. So, PR, how did you take the comments that Michael Parson had put out there on last week or earlier?
I pretty much agree with Terry. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of Micah. I'm tired of the shenanigans. And if you go back to earlier in the offseason, whenever there was all these reports about him, wearing thin on some players, I can see it. I can see it now. Yeah, he's wearing thin on me. He's wearing very thin on me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, like I said, he was frustrated in the moment. I get it. You're going to say that. I get all that stuff. But, like, it's not just that one thing. It's going to the things he says on his podcast. What I told you last week about him saying that the schedule's so hard and we're not playing. I'm like, I don't want to hear that from my star player. So it's just a combination of things of him wearing thin. That just adds more to it of what he did this past week too.
So what's your thought on it, Gary?
Well, you know what, and don't let me forget because I want to ask you guys what would you do? Would you try? But my thought is, at first when I was listening to it, I say And it took me a minute because I was like, oh man, I mean, this guy here is on edge. In which I understand he lashed out
Yeah.
because it's frustrating. You're gonna say something, but it's okay to say what's on your mind. It's okay. This is the problem because what I hate to hear is Jerry Jones dance around questions, to hear Mike McCarthy dance around questions, Stephen Jones dance. Sometimes if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck, and it's okay to talk about it. Now, when I heard him first time, he said, I was like, dang, he went in on Mike McCarthy. But then after I heard Michael Irvin kind of break it down, Michael Irvin was saying that, which Mike McCarthy can leave. He can leave whenever he gets ready, and he might can get another job somewhere else. But what he was saying is some of these players are stuck here. Okay? That's where I kind of looked at it at first. But then when Michael Parsons said, I'd rather do this for the guys I play with, or paraphrasing, or because they bust their butts more than Mike McCarthy ever have. Now I didn't like that. Okay,
That
so
part. Yeah,
I had
that
to
part.
mix emotions. I don't know, but here lately he got on his podcast. He said it was his intent to throw anybody under the bus. That wasn't. He said he did say this is above my pay grade. This is what he did say. It's above my pay
Okay,
grade.
he started off with that.
So he did. So again, you take it how you want, but again, when you ask the person a question after a game, of course she's gonna lash out. So with that being said, PR Cowboy, would you take the opportunity to trade Michael Parsons? Now remember, see the title of this video of this live is Back to the Future for the Cowboys. And the wise reason I say that, because we have to do some things in order to get those Super Bowls. So Michael Parsons is a trade bait. So would you take that opportunity to make that happen?
Yes, I would. I would dig it just because, look, and it's not, I'll take the personal feelings out of the way. Parsons, like, he's a hell of a player. Like I said, I would love him to be part of the team. But Jerry's messed this up so bad that I feel like it's the only way to try to fix this. Because we're not gonna dip into free agency. We know that. We know Jerry's not gonna dip into free agency. It's not gonna happen. So the only way we're gonna fix it is picks. And you can get an overhaul for Parsons. Now, with that being said, I'm scared for Jerry making that move, because you miss around and get a third and a fourth for him and not even get what he's worth. But if you made a trade, you should get a Khalil Mack type of trade where you got 2 firsts and a third or something like that kind of deal. So yes, to fix what we have, the problem right now, yes, trade, grab more picks, and try to fill in all these holes that we have.
Yeah. Fleabug, what are you doing? What are you doing with that suggestion from Terry Bradshaw?
Okay, well,
We know that's your honey, boo boo. This is a business
okay,
deal.
and I understand that this is a business, but okay. So with that being said, this is a business. We made some very bad decisions previously by letting some key players go, that when we had the team that could have actually won a Super Bowl. So not last year, yes, definitely the year before and the year before that. We lost Amari Cooper. We lost this season, we lost some very key players. So at this point, do I feel like Michael Parsons trading him, unless it's going to be something in the first round? And see, with that even being said, the way Jerry Jones is doing stuff, I don't know. Because Michael Parsons to me is a key player on the defense right now. And our defense is our defense is all we have right now. Like, our offense sucks. And our defense is the only, think about how long the defense was on the field this last Sunday. And yes, they scored 37 points on us, but 34 points. But our defense kept them from getting 60 points, hell, because our offense was horrible. And Michael Parsons, yes, he was out for a while and he just came back, but I still feel like he's a key player on the defense. I'm sorry. So I say no. I say no, don't trade him. I'm sorry. I just don't see Michael. I just don't see Jerry Jones making a good deal if he does trade him. I'm sorry.
No, that is the scary thing about it. That is the scary thing about it.
Yeah, you got some ties. I understand. I mean,
It
it's
has
so
nothing.
hard to
No.
say goodbye.
Okay, you always ask us, so what
Give
is
it
your
up.
opinion on that? Come on, tell us, what is your opinion? Come
So
on, let's hear it. What's your opinion? No, don't go to the next question.
no,
No.
I'm going to answer this. I'm going.
Okay.
Hello, Roxanne. Give it up for Roxanne, man. She has
Hey,
been
Roxanne.
a faithful subscriber. We appreciate it. Hello, Roxanne. Roxanne, you don't have to be ready like. Anyway, you know that song. You know where I'm going, right? Right, P? You know where I'm
Go
going.
ahead
Oh,
and
yeah.
answer the question.
Hey, so listen. Okay, we're gonna get to this one here. EA Tro, we're gonna get to this one just a second because we finna get to some coaches too. So listen, personally, I titled this live for a reason, Back to the Future for the Cowboys. If you look at the cover of that, you see Michael Irvin, you see Emmitt Smith, you see Troy Aikman. We had to go through some things to get those players and to get what we got out of those players.
Okay.
And what did we do? We made a major trade. Give it up. We made a major trade. We took Herschel Walker. We had to use Herschel Walkers as trade bait, and we got a plethora of picks. This is where we are. We are back at the 90, 89, 90, 91 era. We are right back there. So we can't sign anybody. We don't have any money. You just saw $360 million. Then we got to owe another $130 million on next year between three players. If we keep Michael Parsons, we have to pay this guy. So this is the opportunity. We have to make a deal. Michael Parsons, I love you, bro. I mean, as far as you're very athletic dude, but this is a business move. This is nothing personal. We have to make this move.
Why can't we use somebody else? Like,
you're not going to get those type of picks because with Michael Parsons, you're going to probably get a first. You're going to get a first round pick, and if you don't get a late first, you're going to get an early round second and maybe a third. Who knows? It just depends. Now, let's take the Rams. The Rams is a team that they paid for their Super Bowl. They have nothing, so they're trying to bring this. So they might have some draft pick, and they might be one player away to solidify their team. So there are teams out there that are willing to do this. We can talk about New York. We can talk about the Jets. We can talk about Chargers. We can talk about the Rams. We can even probably talk about the Saints. Who knows? But you're going to get something for Michael. There's nobody else unless no one is going to take that. It's not going to happen. Nobody's going to take that huge contract. And no one is going to, you're not going to get rid of your number one receiver. But no, I would. So Patrick Ryder said, we got to trade Parsons in the offseason. You can get a lot of draft pick that can be quick fix. Trade Diggs to draft picks. But, okay. I'm going to give you a half applause. And then I'm going to give you this.
So everybody's saying, I guess everybody's saying trade him. So, I mean.
It's a business move, Fleabug.
And I get it. I get it. But I just feel like, and you keep saying, okay, I get what you're saying, what the title was. But it's not, and he said, Patrick Ryder said it's a quick fix. But my thing is it a quick fix? Because my thing is, we trade him, and then what if I don't know.
Quick fix, because now we can even go into now with that first round draft pick. Let's go into that. I'm off script, but now that you got the first round draft pick come next year, okay, Pete. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Who are you going to pick with that? What position? Because now, and I understand we had some bad. Mozzie Smith just didn't pan out, but now you get a chance to do this all over again with probably in the top 5. So here we go. Now, if we keep on the record on the path that we're going to probably be in the top 5.
Yeah. I mean,
So when you make that trade, you're going to probably get another first round draft pick somewhere anywhere the 10 to the 15, somewhere in that area, and then you might get an early second. So that's 3 great picks, and I don't even know if we have a second pick or whatever, but that's additional picks. So it's a quick fix in the worry to where you can get one of the best players out there with that first round pick. You agree, Pete?
yes, yes. And even at that, right now we're sitting at 11. If end of today, we pick at 11. But you're right. By the end of the thing, we could be top 5. And even with their top 5, I would trade even back from that top 5 and get even more. Because, like I said, it's a mess. Jerry's messed this up, and like it can be. What Patrick is trying to say, it can be a quick fix if you hit on these fixes. Now that's the if
Yeah.
part. You got to hit on
Okay,
it.
so what is your okay? Okay, so I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna say okay, trade Michael Parsons. So what is your first pick? And we're gonna not you, PR, Gary. If we, what is your first?
Hey, I'm glad you asked. Give it up for Fleabug once again.
What is your what is the position? What is your first pick?
Cowboys champ, I see you back there. Let me get this because she is pressure. She putting pressure on me, but I got something
I
for
am.
my first pick, and I'm finna blow your mind and everybody that's
Go
watching
ahead.
it. I'm finna blow your mind because I'm finna get a 2-for-1, and guess who I'm going to get? Travis Hunter. Give it up.
Travis Hunter.
Do you Travis Hunter from the Colorado Buffaloes?
Yeah,
Do you think we're gonna even be in the running for him?
top 5.
Top 5.
Okay.
Possible.
Okay,
Possible.
if we're not, do you? Okay,
Let me bring Cowboys champ
I'm
on
all
here as
for
well.
Travis Hunter.
Hey, y'all give it up for Cowboys champ. He's on stage with us. Give it up. Cowboys champ is in the house. What's up, my guy?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Well,
If
we are just talking about, would we trade? Hold your thought because I want to get to PR Cowboy and then I'm gonna get to you. But we're talking about, would you trade Michael Parsons, and if you did, who would you get? So PR Cowboy. With that being said, what would you do, and how would you go about doing this?
Yeah, man. Like I said, if I'm in the top 5, I'm trading back that pick. Also, I'm grabbing more picks, and I'm probably taking me. I'm taking the best left tackle available. I'm moving Tyler Guyton to right tackle. We're getting rid of Steele, and you're gonna get the best left tackle available with that pick. You're gonna rebuild this offensive line first thing and foremost, and get it right. Uh, and that's where I go. But like I said, the reason 3-2 we're making these deals, we need a safety, we need linebackers, we need defensive tackle, we need pass rush, we need running back, right guard, tackle, another wide receiver. You see how many holes we got, and why that's a lot of holes we got.
Everybody keeps saying running backs, but hell, we don't.
Now we need a running back
But we don't even use the ones we have.
because they ain't ready. Zeke, I hate to say it. Come on, Cowboys champ. I know you don't have much time. Come on, we got to get your opinion. So the question is, would you trade Michael Parsons? And if you were to trade Michael, why would you trade Michael Parsons? And what would you do with that pick?
Okay, can you hear me good?
Yes, sir.
On my mind. Okay. I would trade Parsons because, for one, Jerry signed Dak for that ridiculous contract, so you can't sign him. And plus, Parsons got the Cowboy culture fever. I would trade him to the best offer I can get. First, second, third, whatever. And I'll use that pick to rebuild both sides of my line, offense and defensive line. Later on, yes, you can get a running back second, third, fourth round. But you definitely need picks next year.
Yeah, need picks.
Yeah, that's why I titled this again, Back to the Future for the Cowboys, because we're right back where we were back in the late 80s and early 90s to where we had to do something, and we took Herschel Walker and we made a trade with the Vikings, and it worked for us. So I think that's where we are again, Cowboys champ.
And now you got to look at this too, G. And you got to be careful with this too, because we've seen the Raiders do this a few years ago. They traded Khalil Mack, they traded Amari Cooper to get all these picks, and they missed on every single one of them, and it set you back. So that's pretty much what happened with us. we depend on the draft so much. We don't dip into free agency. And what happened when we took Mozzie, Schoonmaker, and all those guys, and we had one bad draft? That's what we're looking at right now. That's why we're in the predicament we are. We've had a couple of bad drafts, and that's where we're at.
That's true. What you got, Cowboys champ?
Now, here's the deal: is in order, I'm agreeing with a pro Cowboys. In order to have the Cowboys to have a successful draft pick, Jerry Jones is going to have to get out of the way. Whether if the head coach want to be the GM, let him. But he needs to get a GM in here and decide what direction you want to be with this team. Whether it's West Coast, whether on defense it's 4-3, 3-4, 2-3-4, whatever. You got to find out what identity you want to be. But when Dak Prescott signed in that contract, you're going to have a running game, wide receivers, and you got to have the offensive line got to be better. You have to be. I mean, you got to. What I would do right now, I would move Tyler Smith from left tackle. I would have Connor BB to right guard.
Right guard, yeah.
Guys, I would have him over right tackle. I draft you either left guard or right guard, whatever, in the center to fix that offensive lineup, and try to get a Scott Linehan clone offensive line coach to bring in here too, because the offensive line coach they have right now is terrible.
Yeah, and that's Mike Solari, and I was a big fan of Mike Solari, but he just, I guess, and see, this is the thing I have. I know what you guys are saying to get a rookie, another rookie lineman, but right now, man, the two rookies that we have they're being more of a liability right now because Zach Martin has to help Cooper Beebe and Tyler Smith has to help Tyler Guyton. So I'm a little concerned if I want to get me a veteran. Get me a veteran, a good veteran that I can bring in here or something. But I don't know if I want three rookies. Now, again, like you guys said something. The GM, and there's some things that are going to take place. Go ahead and allow Will McClay to be give him full ownership rights over your general manager, personal player, personnel, all that. Jerry has to move out the way and give it to him. Now, also with that, you know, like you said, PR Cowboy, we have to be careful with it because we have made some major mistakes in our draft. Get a coach in here that knows how to draft, knows what he needs. That's going to be priority as well. So those two things are going to have to happen in order for this to be a great draft and for this to be a great transaction. What you got, PR Cowboy?
And the other thing too is whatever coach you hire, let him pick his stats. Don't.
Yes, give it up.
Do not. Oh, look. I like Al Harris. I do love Al Harris. But let that be the coach's decision if he's going to be on this staff or not. Not you saying like, hey, this guy's going to be on this staff, whether you like it or not when you come in and coach this team. Because it's been done to every coach that came along.
Yeah. No, that's true. That is so true. It's going to take some things in order for this to happen for sure. And with that next topic, this is what they're talking about on this next topic. Now there is an article out there. It says play the man. They're talking about Trey Lance. We have wasted 3 years of his time, and we still want to sit up here and say Cooper Rush is the guy, and that's great. But I personally say this is an opportunity for Trey Lance to interview for a job. So right here it says the Cowboy Nation waited to hear the news about Dak Prescott injury, whether it would be a few weeks or season. And well, the latter happened. The coaching staff has decided to move forward with Cooper Rush as a starter. But why? The only answer is the team still thinks it can make playoff push, but that is not likely. It also says Trey Lance needs to be the starter. He was brought in from San Francisco for a 4th round pick, and fans need to see if that's what was worth the price. So with that being said, guys, Cowboys champ. So do you think that Trey Lance need to be the starter, or do you think we still need to go with Cooper
Right
Rush?
now, yeah. No, you go with Trey Lance because you got to see
Right,
what he got. Because we know what we got with Cooper Rush. We need to see what we got with Trey Lance.
right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Fleetwood, what do you think? Should Trey Lance be our starter, or should we continue to try to push with Cooper Rush, see if we can make the playoffs? Now we only 1-1 in our division, so
At this
anything can
point,
still happen.
I say put in Trey Lance and give him a chance. And I'm saying at least let him play a full game and see what happens. I mean, this putting him in for 2 snaps or one snap or whatever. I think I say let him play a full game and see what happens. I mean, what is it going to hurt at this point? What is it going to hurt? It's not going to hurt anything. Either we're going to win or we're going to continue to lose. At this point, it doesn't matter. I say let him play a full game, like a whole full game.
Yeah, personally, I think we sabotage old Trey Lance. I hate that for him. PR Cabot, what you think, brother?
Yeah, he needs to play the rest of the season for 2 reasons. One, the offensive line doesn't hold up. You need a guy that can run, that can move. He gives you the best option to do that. And like everybody else said, he needs reps. He's a kid that needs reps. We've always said that. So let him get out there with the ones and play against ones the rest of the year. What's it going to hurt? I don't understand just having him. What are we paying him? $5 million to be out there?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Let the
And
kid.
I feel he's trade bait too. I feel like if you let him play, until he plays, you don't know what's going to happen. And what if he gets out there and really does good? I mean, if you don't want to keep him, at least if he's doing good, he could be another trade bait. I mean, it's a win-win situation to me if you let him play.
Yeah. Well, and that's so true. And I don't know. Like I said, I wish I would just could be in that war room or the meeting room, because I don't know who's making all these decisions. But with that being said, we have to go into the potential. We'll get back to that. Let's go into the potential head coaches, since that's where we are. So there also is an article about the 5 top potential head coaches, because I think we all can agree that we know that Mike McCarthy more than likely won't be back. So they have 5 candidates out there, and one of them, it's 2 of them on here that I kind of agree with. But the first one, they're saying Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick says rumor and gossip about the Cowboys bringing a former New England Patriots head coach Bill Belichick have been ongoing for a pretty long time now. But now that's this season. Now that this season has gone down the drain, the reality of that McCarthy is in his last season is becoming clear. The idea is looking more like, realistic possibility to some. Bill Belichick. How y'all feel about Bill Belichick?
I say no.
I say for him, I say 1 thumbs up, because I'm waiting for you to say the rest of the names on the list, because one of those names has got me fired up.
Okay, so let me go through the names, and then I'll just say, okay, we got Bill Belichick. Then this is what they reported. Bill Belichick, excuse me, Cliff Kingsbury, Mike Vrabel, Aaron Glenn, and let me share this one here, guys. I know where y'all want to go with this, but let me share this real quick.
At a different list than what I'm looking at.
I know it, but I got a video. And I got to show this video if I can bring it up. Let me see. Here it is right here. So yeah, this is what I know who you're talking about, but this is what our guy Deion Sanders had to say. Let's get into it. Let me see if I can pull this up. So I know a lot of people saying Deion Sanders and Shakur Sanders. Well, this is what he had to say. Is it playing?
No,
No.
it's not playing.
Well, just listen.
Well, it's not saying anything.
It's not saying anything.
No.
No.
Let me see if I can get it going because I want y'all to really see this.
Okay, well, you know what? Can we just go ahead and finish with the list?
Okay. So basically, that's okay. Since it's not working, we'll just go back. So the question was asked Deion Sanders. You know, he's saying how he encourages everybody and everything like that. But Deion Sanders had something to say. He said, "I love it where I am."
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he said. He said he loves it where he is. So he's not thinking about coming to the professional level. So, all right. So with that being said, so what do you got? What do you got for us down there? Dan, we can hear what you got, Cowboys Nation. What do you think?
All right, let's go with Bill Belichick. You want Parsons out? I want him out. You want Trevor Diggs out? I want out. You bring Bill Belichick, he's going to give you a Super Bowl right there, baby. Let's go.
So now Bill Belichick, you know, that could be a power struggle right there, Cowboy Nation. I mean, knowing that you got Jerry Jones.
We're going to get a running back. We dropped him in the running back. We're going to get a safety. We're going to, what he said, what PR Cowboys, I was saying, we're going to get those. And once we're going to get those, Bill Belichick's going to be fine with that. Let's go to the Super Bowl, baby.
Woo! Give it up for Cowboy Nation. Cowboy Nation already got it figured out, y'all. He said bring in Bill Belichick.
That's
and,
right.
you know, and don't worry about nothing else because Bill Belichick's going to figure it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. PR Cowboy.
It's gonna be his show, not Jerry's. Sorry, guys.
All right. Well, Cowboy Nation, we sure appreciate you coming on and sharing that with us, man. And y'all heard it first.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Take care and come back and see us again, my man.
Later,
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye.
Now you guys know that we do have the link up there if you want to come on here and you want to talk about your Cowboys and what y'all, you know, your opinion about it, you're more than welcome. The link is up. All right, we need new coaching. Okay, so yeah, Z Money said we need new coaching, Ben Johnson or Belichick. Now, yeah, he's saying something. Z Money's saying something because I he said John Gruden at this point. Hey, I agree, man. It's bad, but now Ben Johnson is one. Hold on, wait. Yeah, Z Money is saying something. You know, Ben Johnson is a young coach, and I think that's where we're going, y'all, with these young coaches, man. I mean, young coaches are reinventing the wheel. They're doing, you know, they're being creative. So with that being said, PR Cowboy, what are you going to do, man? Who's on your list?
I think top of my list is Brian Flores. Would be the top of my list. Brian Flores, defensive coordinator in Minnesota. I feel like right now our strength is on defense, like we said before. Like we do have some pieces there, and we need to fix this run defense. And so I think he lights a fire under the guys. So Brian Flores would be more my pick. If you look at Jerry's history, he's gone from older coach, younger coach. You know, he's kind of gone back and forth. And I think Brian Flores is just the type of guy that he knows he can still kind of implement what he wants to do. And so yeah, I think Brian Flores bring on a young offensive-minded coach. He can, you know, if he can, the quarterback coach for Minnesota or whatever it may be, just bring another offensive mind with you and fix both sides of the ball. So yeah, Brian Flores is my top pick.
Yeah, you know, and I say, you know, we just mentioned before, some things is definitely going to have to happen. Jerry is definitely going to have to move out the way in order to let these coaches come in and, like you say, bring their own coaching staff. We don't need a hand-picked coaching staff. But the thing about when you're doing a hand-picked coaching staff, what you fail to realize is you have different philosophies. All these coaches have different philosophies. And when you're a head coach usually have his coaching staff and they have the same philosophy. We have done that over and over and over again to where we've been Jerry has been handpicking these coaches. You know, we brought in our offensive coordinator, Jason Garrett, in before we had a head coach. Remember that? Then we brought Wade Phillips in as a head coach. You know, this is, again, some things are going to happen with Jerry Jones. He's 82. Somebody need to take the keys away. Somebody need to make sure he's changed on a regular basis. I said it. I mean, he's 82, man. You got too much control, and I understand it's your deal, but somebody, Stephanie or Charlotte or somebody, step in because he wants to feel included, but you already included. It's your organization. So anyway, I say that, but my first pick would be Kirby Smart out of Georgia. Yeah, I want to bring the young guy in because I'm looking for some accountability. And if we can't get Kirby Smart, I'll go for Brian Flores or Aaron Glenn, one of those three. So, but I definitely would love to bring the coach from college and just allow him to reinvent this football team. So, anyway, that's where I think. What do you think, Fleabug? You got anybody you? Have we already discussed that individual?
Well, what I'm going to say, Bill Belichick would be one of my people because we need somebody who is going to be another Jimmy Johnson, and he's not going to listen to what Jerry Jones has to say. I need somebody who's going to come in and just not listen, just basically tell Jerry Jones to kiss my behind. I need somebody who's going to do that, and I feel Bill Belichick will do that. Now, my second pick, I don't care what anybody says, including you, whoever, all of the Cowboy people watching. I say go for Deion Sanders, because if you get Deion Sanders, you're going to definitely get Travis. We need a backup quarterback. You would definitely get Shador.
I don't know if you're going to get both of them.
And why? I think they're the
draft
team
don't
right
work
now.
like
And I think they need to stay together when they get to the NFL.
The draft don't work like that.
And then you're going to get the brother. You're going to get the brother. You would also get Shiloh.
The draft don't work. So
we already know that he's been talking to Jerry Jones.
So we know that they're a hot commodity. All three of those guys. Well, we know Shador and Travis definitely are. But what's going to happen once we make our pick either or, the next one will not be there. He will not be there waiting around for us to get him. It doesn't work like that. So if we pick it at 5 and we get Shador at 5, Travis is not going to hang around to our 11th
Well, I wouldn't pick Shador over Travis. That's for damn sure. I mean, I'm sorry. Y'all have to forgive my mouth. Don't forgive my mouth. I'm sorry. I just no. If they have to pick between Shador and Travis, pick Travis. I'm sorry.
Okay. So and that's cool. That's cool. But
that's just the coaching, bringing their whole staff in. That's another big thing.
Right. That's right. So yeah, I mean, but again, like I say, something has to happen. The things have to happen. We have to get a GM. We have to make Will McClay the GM, and understand that, who we say what? Well, Will McClay made some bad mistakes. How do we know that Jerry didn't have something to do with that? How do we know? I mean, we don't know. It's just the way things have taken place. It's just a lot of bad decisions have taken place. We waited to the last minute to sign Dak. We waited to the last minute to sign CD. Okay. And then here we go. We're saying, well, we're all in. Well, what is all in? So, hey, now Patrick Ryder, I can see that. Nick Saban. But that's two different personalities. Two big personalities in one room.
When you say two big personalities, who are you speaking of?
Well, you're talking about Nick Saban and Jerry Jones. Okay,
but the whole thing is, Gary, we want somebody who's going to fight with Jerry Jones. To me, you're downplaying the big people, the people that are going to tell Jerry Jones to sit his ass down somewhere. You're saying, "Oh, that's gonna be a conflict." We need the conflict.
But that's why Jimmy Johnson left.
Okay.
So again, it can happen, but we need Jerry. Like I said, we need Jerry Jones to move out the way in order to let these coaches do what they need to do. See what we got right now, PR Camera. I think we have businessmen making coaching decisions. And instead of allowing the coaches to make coaching decisions, you got Steven and Jerry making all these decisions that the coaches should be making. But again, Flea, but it could happen. But I said, that's what I said. Some things have to happen. You have to make Will McClay your general manager, full control of general manager. Then you have to bring in a coach and allow the coach to do what he does. But if Jerry Jones is still have his hands in everything, it won't work. What do you think, PR Cowboy?
Yeah, because what's going to happen is you're going to bring in Bill Belichick like you did Parcells. He's going to have 3 or 4 years. Like Parcells, he did a good job of putting the team, getting us in the right direction, right?
Yeah.
And then it just, went from there. I want a guy that, and I know we haven't had this in a long time, but I want a guy that's going to be, that can coach for 10 plus years and have us in contention for all these years. I don't want a guy that's coming in 3 years and then we're swapping another coach somewhere down 3 years down the road. And that's what's going to happen because Belichick might get his way at first, but then Jerry's going to, the older, older you get. I had it with my dad. The more stubborn you get, the more, and Jerry's just getting older.
Yeah.
So I just know it's just the way it is, man. And like I'm with you, people, it gets frustrating because the man, he's put us in this situation. You're right. I'm not even mad at Mike McCarthy. I'm not even mad at Mike McCarthy because Jerry Jones put him in this situation.
Yeah.
And Mike McCarthy even said it himself, is like, well, when you sign players in September and August and you don't get them in here early and you don't, sign free agents, he took some shots at Jerry too. And he's frustrated as well. So like, it sucks for Mike McCarthy, but like I said, and I think we can all agree we're tired of blaming the coaches, we're tired of blaming the players, we're tired of all this because it falls on one man.
Yeah.
So that's just where we're at.
And that's why Jimmy Johnson left. Mike McCarthy have a little bit more patience than Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson, I'm not doing this. And you got your owner after the game against who was it, the Falcons? Your owner comes in there and wants to give a pep talk. This is the problem that Jimmy Johnson had about bringing visitors in his locker room after the games. And sure enough, that's what Jerry Jones did. Brought this one guy visitor in, and he did not want that. But Z Money said something. He said, that's the problem, laugh out loud. Jerry would never bring anyone that would challenge him. That's so true. Z Money also says, perfect offseason, bring in Ben Johnson, make Al Harris defensive coach, trade Steele, draft Genty, bring in vets, and give it up. Z Money know what's going on. All right, well, I think that's what we've been talking about, right, PR?
That's what we've been talking about, man. We got, like you said, we got too many holes. But this, like, we know he's not going to dip into free agency. Just not. Like, I would love that. I would love to bring in vets at certain positions so you can. And it's bad right now because if you look around the league, our window was those 12-5 seasons. Our window was to trade around a 4th pick to get somebody to help this team get over the hump, and we didn't do none of that. Now you have the Giants have rebuilt their O line, their D line. They got a running back, a number 1 receiver. They're a quarterback away from being really good in this division, and everybody else is on the uptick, and we're like starting all over again with all these holes we have to fill. So.
And that's the thing. We don't have any money. We have 46% of our salary going to 2 to 3 players. I think it's 2 players. And that's Dak and CD. 46% of your salary. So we can't bring in vets. We have to do this. We have to trade Michael Parsons in order to bring in players. We can't sign anybody. I mean, it would be great if we could bring in some vets, or if we could, but we're going to have to, again, back to the future for the Cowboys. We're going to have to repeat and reset and do what we did in the past in order to bring players in. We are there again. So, again, 46% of our salary is going to 2 players next year. Who the hell are you going to pay outside of those individuals? There's nobody you can pay. You can't pay them. So you got to make this trade happen. If you personally for me, So, hey, with that being said, hold tight. We got to go into this real quick. You got it, Fleabug.
Are you looking to boost your business's visibility and reach new?
Got it. Yeah, do us a favor, man. Give it up for that. Do us a favor. Make sure you hit the like button right now. If you can hit the like button right now, man, it would definitely help the algorithms. Also, it help the channel as well. And also, if you're not a subscriber, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well and the notification bell so you'll be notified when the next video is posted. But again, thank everybody that's in here tonight. But back to what we were talking about. So, Cowboys champ, glad to have you back. So, we don't have any money. We got 46% of our salary going to 2 players. So, we're talking about if it was possible, if we could bring some vets in. We can't sign anybody. So I think that's why it's important that we're going to have to trade Michael Parsons. He's the only player on this team that can bring in more draft picks. So do you agree with that?
Not only that, but some people might not agree with this either. But I also said I would put bigs as well.
Woo!
I Parsons and bigs.
Well, if you're gonna rebuild,
because we gotta rebuild, man. Because what we got, it's not working. And plus, the fact is, Parsons, not Parsons, Dak and Dak and Big, not Big. No, Dak and, I'm sorry, people coming in my job. I said, so that Dak and CD Lamb, they got majority of the money. That's next year, $140 million between those two.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way to bring in any elite creators. All the creators they're going to get from the Salvation Army thrift store.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Sad to say, even if we had the money, we're not doing it. So if we had the money or didn't have the money,
and then we got Cap Boy. Cap Boy, he does say he gonna spend no money.
Yeah.
Stephen Jones.
Yeah, man, this team, Stephen Jones. Yeah, man, unless a miracle can happen, this team is terrible.
Yeah, it's bad. We're in a bad way. So Gary he said, what's up, Gary? I appreciate Gary. Gary follows us on the Facebook page. Seriously, I haven't been a Cowboy for so very long until I can't change, and I will not change. I really would love to see them get much better. Well, Gary, that's exactly what we said. Give it up for Gary, because he definitely followed us on the Facebook page. That's exactly what we're saying. But the only way we're going to get better, man, and now this is us. This is the Cowboy Huddle telling the organization what they need to do. And we've been saying a lot of things here lately that they hadn't been listening to us on what needs to take place. But in order for this to happen, in order for us to, this season is where it is right now, PR Cowboy and Cowboys champ and Fleabug. But at the same time, in order to make this team better, we're going to have to dangle some bait out there, some trading bait, in order to build this team back up. So, that's a no-brainer if you ask me. But so with that being said, man, let's see what else we got here. We talked about this. So we got the Cowboys Texans coming up. God almighty. Man, and they almost beat Detroit, Cowboys champ. How you feeling about this?
Yeah, man. Man, the Texans, they looking their chops towards the Cowboys. They are licking their chops because they know that Cowboys is a wounded Cowboy. Offense ain't gonna be able to produce nothing. The defense might be able to put a little pressure, but according to about the third quarter, They all gassed up because the offense is not scoring, and that's when the blowout happens. I'm looking at a 40-point loss
Wait a minute.
on Monday night.
Pete, now you just said something that we've been playing so bad that they have knocked us out of one of the primetime games. Is that
Yeah, I think
no
it was.
way? Don't tell me that.
Yeah, it's a Sunday night game we got down the
Oh,
road.
good.
Which one of the ones we got? They took us out. They took our sorry butts out already. So yeah, so yeah, man. I haven't read on which one it was yet, but yeah, they took us out already. But which is a good thing because like I don't want to stay up late for this to work the next day.
I think all the watch parties are over, man. I don't even think there's any more watch parties no more, man. God, it's so bad. But but again, what do you think about the Cowboys Texans game? I didn't got off.
Yeah, it'll be the same thing. Texans they got a bad loss last week. They were up at halftime big, and they kind of hit a wall in the second half and left a bad taste in their mouth, I'm sure. And they get probably their best receiver back with Nico Collins and their best pass rusher with Will Anderson. So they only get stronger as they come along to get us. So it's not going to – I don't think it's going to – like I said, I think we'll play tough first half, but then like as usual, like it has all year, third quarter, they kind of just take over.
You know, personally, I think we make our offense harder than what it is, man. I mean, we say we don't have a run game, and the run game doesn't work. Again, I say it's okay to make a business move to where instead of being political about certain things about this team, it's okay to make business moves to say, okay, we're going to change up this front line. We're going to move Tyler Guyton to the right tackle. Terrence Steele, you going to the bench. It's okay. Let Awesome Riches come in and play the left tackle. It's okay because you have to make adjustments to become better. But if you continue to do the same thing, you're going to continue to get the same results. Now, we talk about this running game. We drafted Hunter Luepke for a reason. Not to be just a single back, but he could be a lead back. You learn Hunter Luepke in an out formation, offset off formation, and you put Rico Dowdle behind him, and you run behind Hunter Luepke. Okay? Yep. You create a running game that way. But you can't continue to do the same thing and expect a different result. It's not going to happen. And this is just way Mike McCarthy has done things. He just stuck to the game plan and without making any adjustment. But again, if they plan on trying to do something this season, they're going to have to change up how they do things. And it's okay. But I really want to see some type of run. I want to see our offense become our defense. Keep their offense off the field. Just move the chain. But, man, we got to find the damn end zone. This don't make no damn sense. We cannot even find the damn end zone. Where do they do that at? This is a professional team, and you can't find the end zone? Stop it.
What was it, G? Last week they had first and goal off of the turnover at the 6-yard line, couldn't get in.
And that was Dak. I mean, not Dak, that was Zeke.
Yeah. They can't get out their own way. This offense does not work, Cowboy champ. It doesn't work. So again, you're gonna have to be creative. If you know and you know what Eagles did? The Eagles just sat there and manned up on our receivers, and we made no adjustment because you know what? They was not scared of our quarterback, and they're gonna do the same thing. Now this defense is 10 times better than Philly's defense. This defense we finna face 10 times. And I'm telling you, like you said, they see that we're down. They're going to continue to kick us while we're down. I need to see some toughness. All I see is softness. Everything's soft on this offense, defense, everything. Nobody's held accountable. But, dude, we got to do better. Give us some screen passes. Something, but create do something different, man. But anyway, yeah, that's my rant about the Cowboys Texans, because it's looking ugly right now. All right, we coming up with some scores. So Patrick Ryder's starting out with his score is 34-12 Texans. All All right, so with that being said, come on, PR Cowboy. What is your score for?
Yeah, it's gonna be. It'll be probably Houston 37, Cowboys 13. What I got. With Cooper Rush at quarterback, even when our team was really put together, he still only averaged 16 points a game. And the way our offense has been this year, it's just hard for us to get past that point.
Okay, all right, there we go. PR Cowboy, what's that score again? Say it one more time.
37-13 Houston.
See. All right, Cowboys champ. Take it easy, bro. This is our team.
Okay. Cowboys was 9 points. That's either, I think, 3 field goals. The Texans.
Wait, you're saying that we won't find the end zone? You saying we won't find the end zone again?
Man, it depends. You know what? If Trey Lance plays, Cowboys scores 17 because he still able to utilize your number 2 most paid wide receiver.
Yeah.
But the defense, I don't, because everybody's still playing hero ball. I'm talking about number 11. He want to play hero ball.
Yeah.
So I'm giving score 45-9. But if Trey Lance played the whole game, 45-17.
But the Texans still win, right?
Yeah. Man, I want 14.
I hear you, man.
I want 14.
Well, like I said, we're unapologetic on the Cowboy Huddle podcast. We don't apologize for anything. We keep it real because we're real diehard Cowboy fans. So we're gonna tell it like it is. So with that being said, Fleabug, what's your final score for the Texas Cowboy game before we get out of here?
28-10. 28-10, the Texans win.
You know,
that was painful.
I'm shocked and appalled.
I think once since this season has started, I've gone against the Cowboys and the Texans. Last year we didn't lose, I think, but 1 or 2 home games. But this year we've lost so far
5.
We've lost every home game.
5 home loss. Yeah, we have.
We've not won a home game.
Actually, last year, the Cowboys was on a 16-game winning streak at home.
Yeah,
Green Bay game.
How does that change in one season, man? How does that change in one season?
And you know what else? The Texans have never beat us at home either.
Oh, well.
But I feel like the way we've been playing, this is going to be, I think they're going to beat us. I think it's going to be 28-10.
All right, so before we got out of here, Fleabug says it's going to be 28-10, and I'm going to say Cowboys win 28-14. Give it up. We got to keep hope alive. Y'all, I cannot. We're not going to just go 4 and out like that. No, I'm not. You're acting just like the Cowboys.
So, but where are those 28 points coming from?
Well, I gave you the game plan.
Yeah.
Best defense is going to be our offense. We're going to drive the ball. We're going to use Hunter Luke as a fullback. We're going to do a little razzle-dazzle, some flea flickers, double reverse, and we're going to shoot the ball down the field deep. We got to come out with a secret weapon, and the secret weapon is going to be Trey Lance. Give it up.
Before we end on that, and look, I had the same enthusiasm last week. I told you last week, man, let's go play the Eagles like they're a division team and we hate them. And I just see Micah on the sideline after we're down 34, whatever, laughing it up, not even looking mad. He's laughing it up on the sideline, and you see Jalen Hurts and that Eagles fan, that sideline just serious as it can be, like if they were the ones down. And that's what I'm just like, we're acting like that in this division game? Man, that's not good.
Yeah. Well, I told you, man, I mean, that podcast is just, one thing about I always say there's a broad line between. Now, matter of fact, it was somebody that came on the show that shared this with me. He says a broad line between the Crazy Ray era and the Rowdy era. Hello, boys and girls. Crazy Ray was exactly what that was. We didn't associate with the rival teams. We didn't like anything about anybody in our division. And here we are, we're doing Call of Duty on podcast, and then, oh man, it's like my big bro, and then you wowed by Jaden Daniels. Oh man, wow, he's a top 10. And you know what? We got something for you. And I don't wish no ill will on Parson, but it's just too much. But anyway, guys, we got to get out of here, man. Again, thank everybody for coming through, man. We appreciate y'all, man, and stay hanging out with us. Again, let us know what you would do if would you trade Parson? Would you keep him? Whatever. But again, thank y'all, man. And again, thank everybody on the panel tonight. We appreciate you guys. And as you know, right below, our guy, PR Cowboys, getting his man cave set up. We're going to be looking at the before and after shot. Cowboy Champ, thank you again, brother. We appreciate you, man, for stopping through as always, man. And Fleabug, you as well. So with that being said, we're going to get on out of here. Like I always say, continue to stay safe and be blessed.